Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you all are well. I hope you all are safe in this crisis. I personally believe that every civil engineer should learn a software in logical way rather than mechanical way. Meaning that you must validate the software with hand calculations so that you will be more confident to handle the software. Isn't it? If you believe the same, kindly write yes in the comment box. Thank you. Let's discuss today's agenda. Today we are going to validate one of the trust problems in StatPro. So before showing the actual problem, I would like to go through some of the theory part of the trust. So let's start. What is a truss element? A truss is a triangulated system of members that are structured and connected in a way such that they only incur axial force. Now the question is, why triangulated? Now the question is, why triangulated system? Here you can see in the diagram, there are two diagrams. In the left diagram, there are three members which are structured in triangulated system, and in the right side, there are four members which are placed in rectangle or say square form, and both are subjected to a lateral force. Here you can see this structure will not sway, and in this side, this will sway. So that's why this is a stable structure and this is an unstable structure. That's why for the stability purpose, always all members are placed in triangulated system in the truss. Next question is, why two force system? These members are considered two force members as the forces are only applied at either end, that are pin joints of the member, resulting in either compression or tension force. Here you can see in the diagram that all joints are pin joints and all members are connected by pin joints. That's why the beauty of the truss is that they are never subjected to bending moments because all joints are okay. Here you can see one of the real examples of truss problems. There is one truss bridge spanning over small river stream. Here loading causes bending of the truss, which develops compression in the top members and tension in the bottom members. Likewise, like beams only in which top members are subjected to compression, that means all fibers are coming together, and bottom fibers are subjected to tension, that means all fibers are stretching apart when loading applies to beam. Note that only difference between beam element and truss element is that beam elements are subjected to bending moment plus axial force, whereas truss elements are only subjected to axial force. That can be compression or tension, depends on the type of loading. Okay, now let's discuss truss problem. Here you can see there are total 7 members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there are two supports. One is pin support at A point and there is one roller support at C point. There are 2 point loads at D joint and at E joint. And all members are made up of steel having cross section as hollow and outer dia of 100 mm with a thickness of 10 mm. That means inner dia will be 80 mm. Now let's discuss how to solve this truss manually. So there are two methods. One is method of joint and second one is method of sections. Here I would like you to solve this problem by either of the manual methods. You may use method of joints or you may use method of sections, and I have provided a link of this problem in the description box for the reference. Now I would like you to pause the video and draw deflected shape of this truss which is subjected to 2 point loads in your notebook, or you may visualize in your mind also. Later on you can see that your visualization is correct or not. Okay, now these are the answers of manual calculations, and when you solve the problem you will get the answers, and I have formulated in table format. Here you can see there are two reactions, 3 kN in downward direction, 8 kN in upward direction. There are three members in which are in tension, member AB, BD and DE. There are three members which are in compression, member BC, CE and CD, and there is one zero force member, and magnitude of each force given in this table. For example, AB member has tension of 3 kN, BD member has tension of 4.5 kN, CE member has compression of 5 kN. Note that sign convention is not written as it is up to you while manual calculation. That means you may take tension as positive, at the time compression will be negative, or you may take tension as negative and at the time compression will be positive. It is up to you. Okay, now let's do the same sum in StatPro. So go to StatPro, create a new file. I am giving name as truss validation problem. Click on create. Here you can see interface of STAD is available, and I want to draw the geometry of the truss as per our problem. So first I would like to work in elevation view. So go to view and click on front view, so that only global X and Y will be visible, and I am using coordinate geometry for this problem. So first node will be origin 0 0 0, then 3 0 0, 6 0 0, then 0 2 0, 3 2 0. Here you can see, if you want to see the node numbers, click on Shift N. So there are 5 nodes, 1 2 3 4 5. Now I want to create a beam. So go to geometry, click on add beam. So this is the first member, second member, third, fourth, fifth. You can use Shift B to see the beam number. This is our sixth member, and this is our seventh member. Okay, if you don't want to see the beam number, then click on Shift B. I don't want to see the node numbers, so click on Shift N. Now I want to validate these dimensions with our problem. So 3 meter, 3 meter and 2 meter. That's what I want to validate in StatPro model. So go to utilities, beam tools, dimension beams, dimension to view, click on display, close. Here you can see 3 meter, 3 meter and vertical is 2 meter. So it is matching our manual calculation geometry. The problem is same as we discussed in presentation. Now I want to remove the dimension. Go to utilities, beam tools, dimension beams, click on remove, close. Okay, so now first step is over. I have created geometry as per our problem, and I also validated the geometry. Now I want to give the material as steel. So go to properties, click on define, go to taper tube. I am having 100 mm, so it will be 0.1 meter as diameter, having thickness as 10, so 0.01. Material will be steel as per our discussion. Click on add, close. So here you can use assign to view because all members are of having same cross section. Okay, now I want to see the rendering view. So go to view, 3D rendering. Here you can see I have given hollow sections of 100 mm dia with 10 mm thickness. Okay, so now next step is to give support conditions. Here I have to create one pin support. So go to pinned, add, and another is a roller support. So click on create, go to fixed butt. It is roller, that means it can roll in X direction, so we have to release Fx, and it cannot take bending moment also, so release moments in all directions. Click on add. Here use cursor to assign and assign. Okay, so now you can see as per our there are two supports are assigned, and steel as well as member is steel and having cross section hollow. So up to this I have created as per our problem. Next step is to give loading, but before giving loading I have to tell the software that each and every joint is pinned joint, as we have modeled truss. So to tell that, we have to use the go to specifications, go to beam. There is one command, say truss, click on add, and here I have to use assign to view, click on assign. Okay, so now I have told the software that each element has to be as truss element. That means automatically all end points are released and become pin joints. Next step is to go for loading, click on load case details, add. I am giving name as point loads, click on add, close. There are 2 point loads, 2 kN and 3 kN. Here you can see 2 kN at D point and 3 kN at E point. So go to nodal loads. Here you can see 2 kN is in global Y direction, but positive or negative. Here you can see positive Y is up, and I have to give the load direction is opposite to positive Y direction. So you have to give -2 kN. Click on add. Another is -3 kN. Click on add. Use cursor to assign. Okay. Now I want to see the load value as well as I want to scale down the arrow. So go to labels, click on load value and go to scales. You can say 1.2 kN per meter. Apply. Okay. Here you can see size of arrow has been reduced, and which is visible now, and load values are also visible. Now next step is to analyze the structure. So before analysis we have to give the command as analysis. Click on add, close. Now run analysis. Here you can see I am not getting any errors, so my model is correct. Done. And now I want to see the results. So to see the results, go to post processing tab from the left window. Go to post processing. Here I want to see the results for point loads. Click on OK. Now first point we will see whether we are getting a deflected shape correct or not. So here you can see results under displacement tab. Go to results, click on displacement, and I want to scale up the displacement. So click on control and scroll up. Now I want to scale down the deflected shape. So again click on control and scroll down. Here you can see under the point loads, here load case as point load, my deflected shape is like that. So which looks right. Why? Because here there were two loads, 1 and 2, which will push down the truss in this direction. So here you can see it looks right, and due to this it will sway in say X direction. So this is how you can see the deflected shape. Next point, we have to validate the reactions. So go to reactions. Here you can see there is a -3 kN at this point and 8 kN at this point. So that means upward 8 kN and -3 kN as downward, which is same as our manual calculations. 3 kN and 8 kN. These are the reactions. Now next point, we have to validate member forces. So how to see member forces in STAAD Pro? So go to beam results. Here to see the member forces, always remember one thing, that all results of beam forces are always with respect to local axis. So we have to first check the local axis of these elements. How to see the local axis? Click on Shift O. That means shift orientation. Now I want to see the 3D. So go to view, click on isometric view. Here you can see there are 3 colors available for each element. One is a blue, one is a red, and one is a green. So blue color stands for local x-axis, red color stands for local y-axis, and green color stands for local z-axis. Here I want to see the axial force. Here you can see blue color is in the direction of length of the member. That means it is the same for all members, and that's why I have to see the fx, because it is fx direction in the x direction is in the direction of the member or length of the member. So go to result, click on fx, and here you can see I want to see elevation view. Again go to view, front elevation. Here you can see there are two colors appeared. One is blue color and another is a brown color. Always remember that blue color stands for tension and brown color stands for compression. Now how to see the value? So go to layouts, graphs, and click on member. Here you can see earlier we have seen that it was shown in blue color and having the value of minus 4.5. That means 4.5 kilonewton tension in this member. So let's check as per our manual calculation. As per our manual calculation, member BD tension 4.5 kilonewton. So again this is matching with our manual calculation. Now let's try to validate member BC having compression as 5.41. So go to StatPro, here select this inclined member, and you can see there is positive 5.41. Earlier I have shown that it was in brown color and having positive value. That means it is, as per StatPro, it is having compression having the value of 5.41 kilonewton. So this is also very fine with our manual calculation. Now let's check whether we are getting zero force in member AC or not. So go to StatPro, select this member, and here you can see there is zero force. Zero at this end. That means our answers are matching. Okay. Now come to, again I would like to repeat in the StatPro for member forces and convention, blue color shows the tension having the negative value in magnitude and brown color shows the compression having the positive value in magnitude. Here this is the comparison of results. We have validated AB, we have validated BC, and we have validated zero force member. You can also validate other members as per your convenience. Okay, now what is the conclusion? There is an exact match of all results, that means reactions and member forces. We have also validated this in. Always remember sign convention of StatPro. I would like to repeat again. TBN, that means tension having blue color having negative in terms of magnitude. CBRP, that means compression having brown color in diagram and having positive value in terms of magnitude. And all results of member forces are with respect to local axis of member. Always remember this about stat. All member forces, not including Fx, Fy, Mz, Fx, Fy, Fz, Mx, My, Mz. Now, I would strongly recommend you to go through the chapter 3 of structural analysis by R.C. Hibbeler book. This is one of the best books I have come across for the structural analysis subject. Now, I would like to ask you one question. Does member forces change if I change cross section of member, say angle section instead of hollow? So, what I mean to say is, for example, if I change the cross section of all members as angle section instead of hollow section, then my result, that means all member forces and reaction, will get changed subjected to same loading. If your answer is yes, then please write with the reason in the comment box. If your answer is no, then also write with reasons in the comment box. Next point. Was your visualization of deflected shape correct or not? Again, I would like to show the deflected shape. Have you predicted such deflected shape or you predicted something wrong? You must ask yourself. If you are right, then give 100 marks to yourself. If you are wrong, that means you have to practice a lot. Okay, next. Now, please refer YouTube link number 1 for manual calculation of validation sum. I have provided the link for the manual calculations. If you forget your BTech concept, if you forget how to solve a method of joints or method of sections, I would recommend you to go through the link number 1 that I have provided in the description box. Also refer YouTube link number 2 for better visualization of truss behavior. I have attached one video by which you can visualize the behavior of truss subjected to various loading. Again, I would like to repeat, refer chapter number 3 of the book titled Structural Analysis by R.C. Ibler, and also refer the notes which will be provided by me for this lecture. Thank you. I would like to thank you all for attending this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.